Nice. Okay, I'm gonna skip it right across the surface through this school of fish. Just had it one swing and miss, another one missed. There we go. Took the three tries, but they ate it. We're skipping it on the surface, bouncing it along. I got a 10-pound fluoro leader on there. So we gotta play them kind of easy. We were using the heavier line earlier today, finding that the fish weren't eating it. They're on a lot of small bait. So we lightened it up, went to the smaller epoxy jigs, and they're doing a pretty good job beating them as long as we get their attention skipping it on the surface. All right, getting the fish dogged out. He's getting tired. Saw my leader a couple times, almost had it to the rod. Gotta play them slow because we're using the lighter leaders. Decent sized fish today. Got him in the spiral, just gotta get his head up. There we go. Get it back down. See all the little sand eels they're eating all over the deck. That's why these guys want this little epoxy jig. They're on the tiny bait. They want a small jig. We're gonna torpedo it right back in there. Little football action. All right, you can see the little baits that they're feeding on. Little baby sand eels. That jig's a lot bigger, but it's still a small bait. It's big enough to be able to present to them and get their attention, especially when you're skipping it across the surface. They love that splashing on the surface. It calls them right in, gets them right up to the feed, and gets you some really spectacular hits. There've been a lot of fish around, but they're very finicky. They're on tiny bait, cranking our stuff through them, a lot of casts with no eats. We downsized our jigs, we downsized our leaders down to 10-pound fluoro. As soon as we started using 10-pound fluoro, we started getting bit on a regular basis. Just slamming the fish, skipping the SI jig across the surface. Amazing eats. They're coming out of the water after it, just wailing on it. All right, we got some breaking fish. Just doing the air metal thing. Oh, what an eat! The fish have been a little bit less finicky, so I went back up to a 20-pound leader, broke out the little pencil sharpener. It's a tiny Shimano, but it does a great job on these fish. Drag is nice and smooth. Put a lot of pressure on these fish. Wow. Fish tail wrapped me, but he'll probably come untangled in a second there. We've been on a tough bite all morning. Basically, I had to use light leaders. They really have turned on in the last hour, so I upgraded back to the 20-pound leader. Tossing the olive, still the 7/8 ounce size SI jig. They love these epoxy jigs, especially when you're banging them off the surface. They hone in on that splashing that the jig makes on the surface. Gives them a target to eat, both see and hear, and brings them back up to the surface. Pulls them out of that school of bait fish and gets the attention on your jig. It's nice when you can use the heavier line. Make a little shorter work of these fish. They're coming up already. a good fish on a nice light rod and reel. Fun, fast fight. Beautiful fish. This guy ate the olive jig. That is a great color for the Albies, especially when they're on sand eels. These guys have been spitting up sand eels in the boat. This one's ready to go back. We're going to spike him back into the water so he swims away fast. That was great. That was the best thing you can do when you're fishing. So much fun. Eat on the fast crank, watching the jig skipping on the surface, and just getting plowed by the Albies.